Hi guys, welcome to Tea Time, where we dish out the very latest entertainment headlines. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo, and I'm here with the bubbly and exciting Elsie Godwin and Ife Oshunkeye. Hello people.
What up?
Okay.
How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm not bubbly this morning.
It's afternoon. Hello.
Sorry.
Are you lost?
Maybe you need to wake up. Have some tea, Elsie.
That's what I'm telling you, I'm not bubbly because I need money. People are making this money. Like, imagine.
Okay, money now, I get it.
Do you see the car?
Oh.
Yeah.
That is the
And to
issue.
make matters worse, it was custom made, not
She
even
had
just...
to wait for 13 months. So it
Wow.
was custom.
Wow.
But your papa no be Dangote or $10.
Okay, Elsie.
But we go there,
Share the news before everyone is like, what on earth are they talking about?
DJ, is it coffee or copy or coupe?
Quack, quack.
Coupe.
She's got a
Coupe.
new ride and it has landed.
Yes,
It's customized.
and it's a Rolls Royce, customized.
Specially built.
Yes.
No, they not say customized. Customized is
So she did not buy it from the chef.
Exactly.
No, she said, this is how I want
Built.
it.
Yes, I want this, I want that.
I'm wondering maybe she has like a DJ booth inside the car that she can all
mean,
these
that would
scratches.
She can just
Why
flip
don't
it
you
and it just
If
becomes
she-
a
if she
turntable.
did, that's part of the picture that she would have put out.
Put
So
out,
I don't
yeah.
think she did that.
Have you seen the interior?
Exactly, she
I'm
hasn't
saying
put
if
out
she
that
put
picture
out-
yet.
Okay, let's see
Yes,
what
because you
happened.
know,
No, I'm just joking. I think we're
No,
know.
but she's right. But at the end of the day, I think Cookie
Tokubo
would
just said, do you know
definitely-
Kupi? Yeah, her name is Copy.
What?
Copy.
No, I know that. I'm
Oh,
talking about
just
something
being-
else.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was trying to say that you know how she does. She would.
Hey,
reveal
it's the same
pictures.
thing we're talking about, not something else now. You just call that Kupi.
No, I
Ife.
didn't call her copy. I
You
never do
did.
that. Copy. So,
I think the Dangote syndrome is on you. You'll be a billionaire soon, don't worry.
Amen.
yes. So
You don't even see him in.
And this is the same Tokumbo that will be fighting when he gets to Bible issue now. He will
that's
start
what
quoting
Ife does as well. He
No,
like he
I'm
picks
talking
it,
about you,
he picks
Tokumbo.
and chooses
But
his
when
moment
there's a
of
prayer,
fast.
amen is a problem for
Amen. You can even
Can't
say
you just
amen.
say amen?
I say you become a billionaire soon.
No, I don't need to say amen. You know, it will happen whether you like it or not, regardless.
Well,
I'm that confident
since
like
you're
that.
saying regardless, I hope
Yes.
you're working towards it. It doesn't just
Working.
happen because we prayed about
He's
it. or
on
because-
tea
Elsie, I'm
time.
not
Is
like
he not
one of you
working
guys
towards
that
it?
you have to like
Say.
do 6 things just because you want to be a billionaire. Seriously.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yes.
Tokubo
So
is
now,
content.
no, hold on. He's not shading me for having different source of income. Like, who
He
shades
doesn't-
anybody
as a-
for that?
as a- Name one billionaire in the world that doesn't have multiple streams of income.
That's what I'm saying. You're following tried and tested means. Follow your own path. Each person has their own path. If my path, you know, moves on to other things, then
The
I
first billionaire tea time anchor in the building.
And remember-
Let's give it up for
Yes.
Tokubo
I
Taiwo,
remember
ladies
you
and
heard it
gentlemen.
first, and I said it here on Tea Time. So remind them
Yeah,
when
yeah,
it happens.
yeah,
that,
when
yes,
it-
he actually told us then.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you won't just be
Moving on
telling
to
us
today's
because we're in your
story.
circle, so we'll all be billionaires now. The friend of a billionaire is a word.
It's a billionaire.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so moving on to today's main stories. Remember that if there's any of the stories that we're going to be talking about that you actually want to comment on, you can do so on social media using the hashtag #TeaTime, or you can tweet at us at +TV Africa. Okay, so that first story, Paul Okoye is in shock as a follower begs for $2 million. Yes, you
Yeah,
heard
I'm
me
in
right.
shock too.
Yeah, I'm still in shock actually.
My own shock is higher than Paul Okoye's shock.
You know, initially when I read this headline, I thought, okay, 2 million naira. It was later that I was like, oh, they're actually talking about dollars.
And
so that
even
even
people
makes
were
sense.
like, maybe he made a mistake.
Mistake,
He typed
exactly.
it.
Then Elsie showed me that no, he actually wrote the dollars.
Yes,
It was not a
I'm
sign.
saying I had to
It
go
was
back
not
and
a
check
dollar
it again,
sign.
and I saw it. I was
He
like,
wrote it
okay.
out.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was
Wow.
like, whoa.
That guy gave.
But he said he has a container. But this
Well, do you know it's
Do
a
you
different
think that
ball
he
game?
actually, by any chance, let's just say by typewriting error, that he could have typed in dollar instead of naira? Do you think like he could have done that as a mistake?
Well,
you know, sometimes when
it's
this
a
when
possibility.
the phone
and depending
type-
on where the guy is based anyway. Because
Elsie, what
sometimes we
say
want
you?
to talk about dollars and then we mistakenly say naira because we're in
That's what I'm saying. So I'm
Nigeria,
thinking perhaps he did that in
But
error,
now
or do
that
you
I'm
think it was
looking at
intentional?
again, I'm trying to see what kind of business he's talking about, because he said he has the container, he can buy the product, but he wants
Yeah.
to open his lane.
Okay.
So what is he talking about?
So
Which
maybe
lane?
it's a brand. Maybe he wants to go to a certain brand and then he wants to open clothing line.
No,
or
clothing line, you'll not be
told us.
asking for $2 million.
Yes, and you won't be asking for the container and the lane.
You don't know the
Is he
product.
trying to compete with you easy?
Well, we don't know. But whatever it is, I like the way Paul Okoye came by. He said 2 million guinea. He said in 2019 they don't upgrade.
This is for you to understand the
And
kind
that's
of
the case, he needs
perception.
20 million.
Yeah.
The kind of perception so
People
many
have.
people have about these celebrities. Like, come on.
Like they have
Come
so
on.
much money, they don't even know.
But
what
is
to
it
do with
really
Come
wrong for him
on.
to ask?
$2 million.
No, do you know
Somebody
what?
said.
I'm not even saying it's wrong, but if you write someone a DM, I think, and you want to do this type of business, it's a one-on-one thing. The DM should probably be, hi, my name is this. I
Yeah,
have
they
a
put his name
business
there, but they
proposal.
crossed
Yeah,
it
yeah,
out.
I know. I have a
Okay.
business proposal for you. I don't know if I can get your number. We can meet one-on-one. Then if he responds, then you guys can have
Seriously,
a
do you
conversation.
think they will
No,
respond?
I'm just, well,
DMs, they hardly respond,
if you
let
are now
alone-
asking for $2 million, is he supposed to respond to that when you have not
He's
even
hoping
shown
for
it?
a pot of luck that he might just off by the
So
off
let's
chance.
just hope, let's just believe.
Yes,
that Paul
let's
Okoye- wait,
believe.
that
Brown,
Paul Okoye
he's still
has-
singing. He
No.
said you're the pot of gold
Let's say
till
Paul
now.
Okoye has $2 million somewhere, right? So he's just going to
Like just
send it
Like
to him.
that.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, but you know,
Because-
we Nigerians, we can be sometimes.
Oh!
You know, so you've had instances where people have, you know, when we started giveaways with like recharge cards, and a lot of celebrities were giving out recharge card, and then all of a sudden people started giving 10K, people started giving 50K, people started giving 100K,
like
and
giving
now,
iPhones.
sorry, exactly. So
still, it's not still more than 500.
so it's in that season, I think, where it's got to be dollars and it's got to be in the millions,
million.
especially
Wow.
if.
That's
Okay,
in
now that we're talking
2019, they
about
don't
giveaway,
upgrade.
please stay tuned to our social media platforms as we're having giveaways back to back from now till I think the end of February.
Even me, I'm
So
contesting
get
because what you are
ready.
giving away, God,
Get
I want
ready.
it to.
Just follow Plus TV Africa on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and you
Yeah.
are going to be blown away.
Yeah, Elsie, what sort of things can we actually win?
Recharge cards, like you said, not just cheap recharge cards, and of course you can win. Should I let the cat out of the bag? I don't think that has been
A
posted
decoder.
already. Okay,
We're not saying
so
the name, but
No, we're
You
not
might be
saying
able
his
to.
name.
You
Yeah,
can
okay.
win StarTimes decoders. Like
Okay.
there are plenty. See my hand.
yeah,
Decoders.
but it's not any day. I think there's specific days for
Just
for
stay
the
tuned to
winning.
our social media handles.
Yeah, so
That's
that you
all I
know
say.
which. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so.
it. Okay, so
But I don't know how you are comparing.
And then we're also
giving-
giving away tickets to concerts in case you want to come.
okay.
Courtesy of me, by the way.
All right, okay.
See, if you're just like
okay.
showing himself, let's go back to the topic.
Elsie,
as
we're
I
actually
saying-
we're out of time.
So you
Elsie.
should not say my mind now.
All right, one
I'm not
line.
saying it.
One line. You remind me of Ngozi. Tea Time continues with more stories right after this break. It's where the big stories live. This is Plus TV Africa.
When I did it, I was full on, hands-on on the whole project.
So how did you deal with it? All of that negativity.
I got depressed, obviously. Duh. Haven't you heard?
I've got two of the hottest topics currently trending on social media. If you've seen the word Senate trending on Twitter, that's because the Nigerian police force has gone Trump style.
I haven't shared this with anyone, but I reckon I get about like 100 people asking for help a day. That's a fact. I can prove that.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. Up next is this headline on Linda Osifo, who shares photo of her new house and tells her story from squatting to acquiring a new mansion. So this is quite an
I
inspirational
beg everybody
story.
for Nollywood no get rich family before they start. That's my first question, because all of them, they all come out with this
No,
story
for
of how I
Linda.
used to squat, of how I used to
course,
do.
how
how-
many
So you don't
of
believe
them-
her,
how many
Ife?
No,
of
I'm
them
not saying
came
I don't
out?
believe. I'm just saying like it's like a general. Everybody now is a motivational speaker.
In fact, you
I
should have
used
just
to-
let me speak before you just brought your bad belly into this thing. Because I like the fact that she gave her journey. Like I was
Told her
days,
story.
Everybody
gave the
says
year,
their
gave the year. It's
story.
not like you just come out and just tell us, bah. I bought house. And you now be wondering, how did
it
it
come
happen?
about?
You know, she told you, oh, I squatted, I
Before
was
you
in
make
a
any
mini
assumptions,
this, I
Ife.
rented a 3-bedroom, and then now she has got, so it's a progress.
Gradual process.
You
We
know,
are still
gradual
saying the
process, and I
same
love
thing.
that about
Yeah.
her own story.
Ife, we'll
Not
come
just,
to you. Let's-
just post the house, and we are like, when did it happen?
Exactly.
Even Davido that came up from a rich family, what song did he come out with? Back when I was broke, when was he broke, my sister?
But he also came out with Omo Babolo, which was the name of his album,
I'm
OBO.
just saying
So
that
he was not-
everybody feels
that's
the
like- I
need
think
to
that's
give
just-
you a background story to their success.
Is there any problem with it, Ife?
There's no problem with it.
What
but
you have
I'm
a problem
saying
with
it that,
is-
look, sometimes you need to be grateful for where you started from.
That's
Even
what
if
she's
it was,
doing.
yeah, that's what she's doing, exactly. But don't make it look like that, because there's still people living in 3-bedroom
Has issues right
apartments.
now.
He has
There's
what?
still people
Has
living.
issues right now.
Yeah, and
Go
he's
ahead,
switching,
go ahead.
isn't he?
Go ahead.
Okay, Linda.
I don't know what is
Linda,
paining you in this
I'm not
matter.
a hater.
I have the feeling that
I
you have not
love-
said the thing that is inside your stomach.
Let's let
that's
him
boiling.
say it. Ife,
So boil
no,
it
let's
out.
try and understand.
Linda,
Ife,
congratulations.
No,
on
Ife,
your
I
new
want to
mansion.
understand.
And I'm not even talking against you like these people are taking it out of context. I'm just saying
Ife,
that
I want to
everybody
understand.
feels the need to come up with their success story. The truth be told, you owe nobody any explanation for your success. If you're a successful individual, if you make it out of whatever you do, and you decide to buy yourself a fly mansion, a fly Bentley, a fly Rolls Royce, whatever you want, you do not owe me an explanation. I do
but
not
she
need you.
doesn't-
If you
she-
want to do it to
Yeah.
motivate people,
Yeah.
please go and do
That's what she's doing.
motivational talks and all of
I
that.
think if
But
I
hold
just
up.
No,
he
let
just
him, let's hear what
Okay,
he
I
has to
just
say.
what?
he's just not relating. You know, children that come from a rich home, it's difficult for them to understand the struggle.
Ouch.
So he just cannot relate,
Ouch.
and that is why he feels like, why you telling us? Why,
I'm still
don't worry.
feeling that shade.
The story
By
is
the
not
way.
intimidating your richness. Don't worry. We know that you did not suffer.
Yeah, Ife wants to
Don't
deny.
worry.
Ife wants to deny.
you
He wants to
suffered.
deny now. Wait.
Wait,
Ife,
hold up.
You that you told us that your dad went to America.
Wait,
You know,
wait,
your
nah,
My dad went to, which one is my dad went to
Tokumbo.
America? Whose father does not go to America?
My own father. He died before he went to America. But wait, Tokumbo. Say Tokumbo. Ife, did you suffer?
My sister, we all have our struggles.
That's
You know
not the
what
question.
struggle? What? We
No,
have
I have
struggle.
my
I'm saying.
It's a direct
did
question.
And then you
suffer?
saying rich, I don't know what you classify rich, but I came from a comfortable family.
That's
I
what
was
we are
well
saying.
fed.
Okay, let's use
I
the word
was
comfortable.
well-
People like this that come from a comfortable home, they do not understand the real struggles of those
That
that are
some
living below
So
a
you-
dollar
did you go
that we are
through the
hustling
struggle?
for. I don't have to go through it to understand it.
Thank
and
you.
I'm not
So
saying
I don't
you have
understand. Oh,
to.
so,
the thing is,
okay, I
I
have
understand
to go
people
through
like
it to
you that
understand
do
it.
not understand it. But
I
I'm that kind of
do
person that
understand it.
I can
So
talk
don't
about
even
any
go
issue
there.
and go into their mindset or what they go through to understand them. But it's not everybody that has that ability. And I
You said
understand
you lived
it.
in a mansion.
So
You guys
it's
had so
fine.
many
What are
cars.
you
You had
talking
three
about?
square meals every
Congratulations.
day.
What are you talking
Linda,
about my
what's
mansion
her
about?
surname again?
When did I tell you that?
Osifo, right?
Yes, Linda.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
More mansions, more investments, greater stories, and it's all
Okay,
bigger from
guys.
here.
In as much as we're congratulating her, you know me and my conspiracy theories, I would definitely come up with one thing or
Yeah.
another. I know it's possible, but a part of me just feels like, okay, when did she come into the business? When did she really, make a name for herself? And when did she start the building?
You know,
the
when I
house?
stop
And then
asking
when?
that question, when they other actresses and actors have come out to tell you that, look, you guys only see us in movies and you think that's all we do. We have multiple streams of business. Someone like
Which
her.
Tokumbo cannot relate with,
Yeah.
Don't forget,
Okay.
yeah, so-
What's up with you and do you want a relationship?
Wow.
I have a
Okay.
relationship.
You do? Oh, now she has just told us.
See the way he lightened up.
You tell me after this.
Okay. All right.
Back to that, we can all relate to a success, and we've all had our struggle one time or the other, even though some may.
Some may be conquered than the other.
No. You might
Okay.
just decide to
All right, guys.
not agree
We
with
need
me,
to,
but trust
move
me, we've
on.
all had our struggles.
Yeah. So, as mentioned earlier, if you want to comment on this story or any others, you can do so on social media using the hashtag #TeaTime, or you can tweet at us at +TV Africa. It's time for another break. When we come back, it'll be time to dish out a couple of more headlines. Don't miss it.
we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Now 2,500 and they pay.
Welcome back. It's still tea time right here on Plus TV Africa, and we're moving on to our next story, which is on MI, who accuses US rapper J. Cole of stealing his style for his new song, Middle Child.
First and foremost, he did not accuse anybody.
So it's been blown out of proportion.
He only agreed to the accusation in a particular way. I mean, I showed you the tweet, right?
Okay.
Somebody said this sound, I mean, have you listened to Middle Child?
I was looking for it. I couldn't find it, actually.
Everywhere.
Middle Child.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
J. Cole.
Okay, go on.
Okay, I was going to shade you, but let me be nice. So, if you listen to that and listen to, I think there's a bit of resemblance, right?
Nope.
You don't think so?
Nope. I'm a full-time hip-hop head, and I listen to the both of them. Head of the family. To even start with, if MI, thank God you said MI did not agree. He just said, oh, people have been biting styles for days or something like that. Now, if you listen to MI's Head of the Family, he had a sample from Jay-Z's Head of the Family track. Do you understand? So it wasn't even his original song. Because that album, what was the name of the album? Illegal Music 3. It was a mixtape where he did a sample of different artists' songs. Do you understand? So Head of the Family belongs to Jay-Z. On that same Head of the Family of M.I. Abaga, he had, what's it called? Yeah, I'll never let you down. Kanye West. Yes, he had Kanye West sample on that same song. So are you going to say somebody released a song and it sounds like a song that you sampled two different songs to make it? Do you understand? So M.I. Abaga did not say it sounded, he just said people have been biting styles for days. But there's no resemblance. And even if we're talking about people that have been biting styles, then we should face you, M.I. Abaga, because you had two samples on your own version of Head of the Family. So I'm glad he did not come to say, oh, yeah, there's a resemblance, and then claim ownership like J. Cole. So thank God you are off the hook.
The hip-hop head has spoken. Case closed and dismissed. Tokumo.
Yes, I actually do want to talk about this because I'm tired of all of these guys that always come out to say, okay, they stole my song, or it resembles my song, or it's a bit similar. I'm really, really tired of all these cases because I don't know how in the world someone can actually come out in this day and age where so many people are creative. You know, it's even like similar to the business world where you create something and you think you're the only one that has created it, and then all of a sudden,
original.
Exactly, especially with creativity. You can't like come out and say, and then you come out and say it authoritatively. That's what I also have an issue with. It's just like that lady who was an author and said Nora Roberts plagiarized her book. And meanwhile, Nora Roberts had not even heard about her before. And so many of us coming out to say, if you really want to come out to say this, you should do some more research.
The girl that said Ibuka stole her style.
Exactly, the fashion design.
Yeah. Don't ever want to
let that go. So I'm really tired of all these kind of stories. Come up with something much more better. Come up with something original. And if you have evidence that you had saved the design beforehand, or you've gotten copyright to that from the get-go, I don't know. Then, sorry?
Okay. Then they should show it to us.
Exactly. You know, but I'm tired of these stories. I really don't even want to talk about them anymore.
Discharged and acquitted.
Yes. All right, moving on. Next, we're talking about Chris Brown. The rape accuser claims that she was under psychological pressure to have sex. Elsie's reacting already.
God. The way I laughed this morning.
Because she was around older men. Like you're 23.
No, she was not physically forced to have sex. She was psychologically forced.
Because she was around older men. She's 23. How old is Chris Brown, please?
No, she's
23.
No, Chris Brown is 29, but I think she was 20.
She's 23.
She's 23, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
so if you're saying you're around older men, like, it's just 6 years different.
Maybe we need a
like,
psychologist to come into this.
Yeah,
place
and
now
speak on this
to
because I do
explain.
not understand what you mean by psychologically, how do you
Under
put
pressure.
it? Psychologically pressurized.
So it's now an
to-
unconsensual.
So do they equate the same thing then, psychologically under pressure and then the rape? Because I don't even get it. Is she saying that it's
No,
no
she's
longer...
saying it wasn't physical.
Okay.
That it was
Then
psychological.
do you call that rape? You don't call that
Well,
rape
she
if
said
there's
she
no
was,
physical manifestation.
That, at some point, because she was an older man and she didn't have a choice, she had to follow Chris Brown to a room where he sexually harassed her for 25 to 30 minutes or raped, like she allegedly said.
That's what I'm saying,
So-
that technically speaking, we can't use the word rape for a sexual allegation, can
Well,
we?
if you follow a man to a room and if she's claiming psychological pressure and she felt, okay, that was the need for her to go with him, then I think all the girls...
No,
Let's
you
go
don't
back
understand.
to
Thank
the
you.
table.
Yes.
What is psychological pressure resulting to rape? Let me understand that part. Like,
Because as far as I
psychological
understand,
pressure.
rape is forcing yourself on someone. And if she wasn't forced in any way, shape or form, then that's not the act of rape.
But she's saying she was forced, but the only reason why she was in that position to be forced or to be raped was because she was psychologically pressurized.
Which
You're
I
getting it
think
out of
means...
context. She's saying that she was not physically under pressure. She was psychologically under pressure. So she's not saying now. She's changing her confessions now to say, oh, it
She
was not like
raped.
it forced me.
The physical rape.
That it is
Exactly.
a psychological rape.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't use that word rape
So
when...
like Elsie said from the get-go, we need a psychologist.
Telling you,
A
so they
psychologist.
will not say
No,
I
but
said.
even before the psychologist comes, we
Yeah.
know that, you cannot use the word rape if it's not
You know
physical.
what
but
this
you
comes
know
to
what?
mind?
The
You know
court
what
of
brings to
law,
mind?
they have different aspects of rape. Now, I don't think, as long as you penetrate, there are different. Even somebody you are
I do not say no. But
even
you
somebody you are
psychologically agreeing to
legally
it.
married to can sue you for rape.
Yes, that's
Yes,
if you
when
force
it is
yourself on
forceful.
somebody.
And
Yes,
she says
force
no,
has
and
to be
you
involved when
continue.
rape comes in. And what I'm saying is that in this
But
case,
she's saying she was sexually abused for 25
that's
to
what I'm
30
saying. If
minutes
she's
while
sexually
she was-
abused, if you're not
25 to
listening,
30
if
minutes, girl.
you know what, if it's sexual abuse and if it's sexual allegations, that I can understand. But you can't use the word rape if you were not forced. And then she's also claiming that, what was the word she used? Psychological what? Say that again. Psychological pressure, which means that she actually consented to this activity
But
based on the pressure. What
in
I'm saying
her
is that if you do
psychological
not say
space.
no and there's no penetration, like we said,
And it's not like she's underage. So
that's
okay,
what I'm
yeah, I
saying.
get- I get
So
where you
this
guys are
is, she
coming
might
from,
actually come back to bite herself in the foot with this, with
No, on
with
a
this
lighter
statement.
Now that Chris Brown has filed a
Has he-
defamation
has he filed? Because he was saying
it's
he wants- he's filed already.
His lawyer in France,
France,
has
okay.
confirmed that he's filing a defamation lawsuit against the girl. So yeah, so let's see how this plays out.
The only thing this brings to my head, you know that joke that goes around when you say, oh, after you have sex with a lady and then you give her a check, when she gets it to the bank and the check bounces, she now realizes that you have raped her. This is what comes to my mind. So I'm sorry, that's how I feel right now.
Coming from a good, thank God it's not me that said it.
Oh dear. Okay, all right. Final thoughts on this before we wrap up. Anyone wants to say anything more to
For all the women that have been psychologically
raped?
pressurized to raped, please come out and speak up, and then maybe we can start a Me Too movement for psychological rape.
I'm speechless.
Yes, and
That's
so
how
am
I
I.
make you feel.
So am I. And that's where we're going to wrap up on Tea Time this afternoon. Join us next week, Monday, for new episodes of the program. In the meantime, if there's any story you want to comment on, do so on social media using the hashtag Tea Time or tweet at us at +TV Africa. Until then, thank yous. As always, go to my co-anchors, Ife, Elsie, the production team as well. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo saying thanks for watching and have yourself a great weekend.